guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all well. Happy New Year. It's officially 2017. I said in Amelia's part 1 Christmas haul, I said I was going to do like a goals video, I suppose. Of basically what I want from 2017 and what I need to reach and get, because I'm quite laid back, and I know I'm quite laid back, and I suppose I've always let my life kind of drift and slip apart, like, without me kind of doing very much about it, to be honest with you. And that's why this time last year I decided to do YouTube, because it was something that I thought, you know what, I want to reach out to others, I want to connect with other people, meet mum friends, you know, just, I don't know, just have something for me and have something that I can do, and like a hobby basically. That's what it is for me. It's a hobby, something that I can lose myself in and not think about my life so much around me when it's bad, I suppose. I throw myself in these videos when I'm having a really bad day or an off day. I really throw myself into videos because it always seems to make me feel better, because I've spoken to people and reached out in somewhat way. So my goals for 2017 are probably not to be as laid back, because I am very laid back. I'm a very laid back, placid person. I don't like arguing with people, and I probably get taken for granted because I am so laid back. And I don't know, I need to make a mark on my life, and I'm sick to death of people getting involved in my life. You know, saying, Tara, you need to do this, or Tara, you need to do that. And, you know, I'm a person that feels like I'm split then. I feel like I'm a person that's split right down the middle into two halves, and have to try and do what's best for this person and what's best for this person, and then I forget what's best for me and my daughter. And it's hard. When you're a single mum, you've got to make the most hardest decisions, because you have to split yourself into two anyway. Because I have to be a mum to Amelia and I have to be a dad to Amelia, and that isn't always very easy, because I'm not a very hard person. I'm not a very strict person, and it's not in my nature to be that way. I'm very, like I said, I'm very placid unless people push me and I see red, and then I explode like a firework, and then it's a whole new different Tara. Even though I probably don't appear like that, but I am very much like that. I'm quite fiery if someone pushes me over to that point. With me, there's no middle ground. I'm either a very laid back person or a very fiery person. There's no middle ground with me. What you see is what you get. So if I'm in that mode where you've really got to me, then you will see the fireworks. And I think I need to be more like that sometimes, because people take me for granted because I'm so laid back and I'm so placid, and I'll say, yeah, I'll do that, and I need to be a little more strict on myself. Not too strict, because I couldn't live life like that, I don't think, because I'm just a very placid person, I suppose. Another goal for 2017 is for me to get into a routine, and that's in general. I think to get Amelia in a better routine, to get myself in a better routine, to get my YouTube in a better routine, to say I'm going to upload twice a week, because you obviously don't really expect, you don't know when to expect these videos, which last year was very much like that, because it was the worst year. I think 2016 by anyways was probably the worst year of my life. It was very tough, and there was so much going on, and I got to a point where I went into myself and I didn't know who I was anymore, and I was focusing so much on the media because of everything that was going around, and it was very hard to get into a routine because of that, because I was here, there, I was just everywhere. And when you have a child, I think, they pick up on that. They pick up on stability and routine very bad. And Amelia feel that she's not in the best routine by no one's means. And I know that. And I try the hardest I possibly can, But Amelia is going through a thing called sleep regression at the moment, and it is hard. It's hard work. She refuses to take naps. She fights her sleep. She wakes up in the night still, and she don't know when to go to sleep basically. And it is a very, very hard regression because she went through it at 9 months. She went through it at 12 months, and she's gone through it for 18 months, coming up for obviously 20 months because she's almost 20 months. So she went through the 18 month sleep regression, and I think there's another one at 2. So at the moment she's hit every mark because she hit the 9 months, the 12 months and the 18 months, and it's hard because it pulls you, because you get to the point where, you know, they're going through so much as development, so you have to understand that, and I completely 100% understand that, you know, they're getting more independency, so they want to push you a little bit more to see what they can get away with and what they can't get away with, and because they're getting that more independency, they think they can control sleep. They think they can say, oh, okay, I'll go to sleep, I want to go to sleep, and it really don't work like that, because Amelia don't get enough sleep. She is really, really, really ratty and really, really unpredictable, and that's obviously hard because you want a child to be happy majority of the time. Obviously a child's not going to be happy all the time because that is a toddler and a baby for you, you know, they can't talk to you, so they can't tell you if they're not happy and when they are happy. Yeah, so that is a massive thing. Routine for us is definitely going to be a thing I'm working on big time in 2017, because I need a routine, because, you know, I find myself going to bed at 1, 2 in the morning, and then Amelia's up at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm too tired, and I have to push myself to get up and do stuff with her, and it's when you're tired that's really hard. It's hard to focus as a person, let alone as a child, so routine is a major thing for us this year that I have to work on, and I have to be that little bit more stricter with her and not be just trying to make my life a little bit easier by just saying, okay, you know, I let her stay up 5 more minutes, I let her stay up 10 more minutes, and then try and go to sleep, because it don't get any easier by doing that. To be fair, you know, you think you're making your life easier, you're not, because you don't get your time, you don't get your space, your child's always there, always awake, and it is a sleep regression period as well, so I've got to work on that really. That is definitely a goal. The third goal I have is to wean Amelia off the breast. My goal was always 6 months, and then it went from 6 months to a year, and then a year went to 18 months, and now we're at 20 months, and we are still breastfeeding. And it's definitely a goal that I'm going to be weaning her before she is 2. So by the time she is 2, she will not be getting breast milk no more. It's a thing that I've been doing for almost 2 years, and I've enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. It's the most fantastic bond. Me and her are so connected. We are like that. You know, we are so connected, being because I breastfed her, and we've breastfed for such a long time, but I want her to have that little bit more independency now. Because it's important. It's important for her, it's important for me. I need to get my body back to some normality, because I'm still you know, my hormones are still just like up and down basically, because I am still breastfeeding her. So I've still got a lot of obviously like pregnancy hormones in my body, which can make me very, I don't know, up and down, I suppose. And like I said, I think 2 is that limit where they're not going to ask for it. But you know, I think the earliest they say to wean is 4.5. I wouldn't do that, because it breaks my heart to tell her no, she can't have it. So I think if I stop doing it while she don't know any difference, it won't be as hard. So that's definitely going to be something I do this year as well, and I might do a video if any of you want some tips and ideas on what I'm going to do regarding weaning her, because it's going to be more of a slow process. I'm not just going to go cold turkey on her, because she will not be able to cope with that, and I know she won't, and I don't think I could cope with Zila like that, to be honest with you, because it has been something that we've done for almost 2 years. So that is definitely my third goal. My fourth goal is to get Amelia potty trained. I'm going to stop potty training her this year, because, you know, she is coming up to 2, and I think, you know, she always takes a nappy off. She hates nappies. She has for such a long time. Since she was about 1, she's hated nappies. So in my respect, I think that's a sign, and I have to listen to it and just try and see if she's ready. which will make my life a little bit easier if she is potty trained. But it's not something I'm going to be strict on, because I think, you know, she'll do it when she's ready, and there's no rush. In my mind, there's no rush. She'll do it when she does it. So that's definitely a goal, but I'm not going to be strict on that one. 4. I need to make more time for me, I think, just for me to, like, be a better mum for it, basically. You know, when you're with your child all the time, as lovely as it is, and it's so lovely, and, you know, it's something that you can't explain to someone who is a part-time mum that, you know, works as well, or, you know, someone who is spending like 2 or 3 weeks and then they go back to work. It's such a hard situation, because obviously everyone has to do things when they have to do it for money and everything else. I understand, but, you know, me and Amelia have had the best 2 years of my life almost, and I wouldn't change them for the world. But I do want to go back to work, because I feel like once she's 2, I get 15 hours free, as we all do once our children are 2. And I think I just want to put her into nursery, because I think she is a very clingy child, especially to me. And I think once 4 comes, she's just going to create going to school, and she'll have to go to school. That's the difference, she'll have to go. So I want her to be able to not be frightened and scared, and be able to mix with other children, and be able to do things that are for her age. Because I think, you know, as a mum, you're very limited, because indoors it's like, what can you do for their development? What can you do at home? What can you do every single day to do something when you're out? It's like, at least if you go to the playgroup, they're doing things that are for their age to develop and stuff like that. And I think, you know, it'll be good, because it will knacker her out, and I don't feel as bad then, because I feel so bad. But if we're in, I feel really bad, because I feel like she gets really, really bored, and then when we're out, I feel like if we're doing the same things continuously, she gets bored as well. So that's another goal, and that's going to be a really hard thing. I think that's probably the hardest goal out all these so far, because I have loved being a stay-at-home mum for 2 years. I've loved it so much, but I've made kind of a rod for my own back, I suppose, because Amelia's very attached to me, like, because it's just been me and her, because her dad hasn't been around, and there hasn't been a lot of people around, and I haven't left Amelia very much. Like, I haven't gone out overnight and left her. I haven't really gone on nights out and left her. You know, she hasn't been left very much, and I think that's probably the reason why we are so connected. Obviously, the breastfeeding thing's another thing that doesn't help, I know, but that, for me, I've done the right thing. I feel like we've got the most amazing bond, but I think it needs to just, she needs to get that little bit more independence in. She does every single day. You know, I see her grow and get more independent and not need me as much, but I think, you know, we're still very attached, and that will never change, but I think she needs that little bit more less time with me, and I need that less time with her, because then at least the time that we have will be so much more special, because, you know, it will be, nothing else will get in the way. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I feel like. I feel like nothing else will get in the way, like, because we'll be able to have more money, to have days out, like, to do other things, and having to just try and figure out cheaper options. You know, when we do go out, we'll be able to go to more expensive places and have better days out for it, because I'll be on a little bit more money than what I am now. I get really emotional when I'm talking about this. Like, this, I've been thinking about it for a little while now, and I just get really emotional, because I don't want to leave her. Like, I really don't want to leave her. I don't want to put her into nursery, and I want to go back to work, but I know I will be making a massive rod on my back if I don't, because she will just be attached to me, and when she has to go to school, she won't want to go, and I know she won't, because she's very shy. Until she knows you, she's very shy, and she's very outgoing, but very shy. It's very, like, a very hard one. If you met Amelia, you would know what I'm talking about. Amelia's a very hard person, because she is very outgoing in certain ways, but then in other ways she's very reserved, and I'm like that. I think if you watch these videos, you wouldn't automatically probably think I come across as a very sharp person, but I can be quite reserved at times, and I can be quite self-conscious of what people think of me. So I'm not the most person that, I've got friends, But I have a small group of friends being because I don't really put myself out there, and that's another thing that I want to change this year, is to put myself out there a little bit more, because I find that I am quite a reserved person, and maybe that can come across as rude, but it's not the fact that I'm rude, it's the fact that I don't know how a lot of people love me or hate me. I've got so many people that say, oh, I love you, like, you're just so funny, whatever. But there's like so many girls that in the past hate me, like, and they don't even know me, and they just automatically like, I hate you, I don't like you. And it's, I don't know what it is, I don't know the reason why, like, I haven't done anything to these girls, but maybe it's because I'm just very reserved and I don't put myself out. But I think it's because I've had a lot of trust issues with other girls, because I just find, you know, people I've had friends with, or the people that I've had some sort of reference to, it's just been like, I can't trust them. I've got 2 friends that are girls, and I'm really close with them, and I know that I can tell them anything, they're not going to look down on me, they won't judge me, and they'll always be there to support me. And it works both ways. I'll be the exact same to them, and I'm happy with them 2 friends, but I want to make more friends with them. So Amelia's got more people around her, if that makes any sense. That's another thing that I want to do this year. I don't know what else. It's I think I've got like a hefty thing to kind of do this year already. If I put anything else, I want to be more healthier. I think that's another thing. Like, I want to lose a little bit more of Amelia's baby weight, because I just feel like I'm still not down to how I was before I had her. Like, I feel like I'm still very self-conscious about myself, and I just want to be able to think summer comes and I'll be able to wear stuff and not feel self-conscious in it, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm a very self-conscious person, I always have been, and I think when you have a child, it changes. You're not as self-conscious, but you are, because it's what you look in the mirror. I don't care what other people think about me anymore. Like, I really don't care. But I think it's like I care more about what I think about me, and I think that's the most important thing. I think you should care what you think of yourself, not what other people think of yourself, because, you know, not everyone's going to like you, not everyone's going to hate you, not everyone's going to think you're pretty, not everyone's going to think you're ugly. You know, it's people's opinions, and all that stuff used to bother me, but it doesn't anymore. I just think, okay, whatever, like, it's what I think, and I think beauty is inside as much as it, you know, true beauty is inside and it comes within, but it's still nice to feel a little bit more like, oh, you know, I look half decent in that, or, you know, I don't know, just feel a bit like how I was before, which I don't think I ever will be. I've had a mum, I've had a baby, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of, like, the stretch marks I have. I'm proud of the way my body is, because I grew a baby and I gave birth to a baby, and she's the most beautiful thing ever. So in that respect, I'm not hard on myself, and I won't be hard on myself. I just want to feel a bit healthier and a little bit lighter. And I think that is it for this year. I think I've set myself quite high goals, but I hope I can stick to them, and I hope you follow my story this year, because last year was such a shit year, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to put down on this video, to be honest with you, because I don't think it has been all that bad. Thank you to all my new subscribers. It means so much to me. We are at 41, and I can't believe, like, I've got that many. It's not a lot, I know it ain't, but to me it is. So thank you so much for everyone that subscribed to my channel and that's followed me all through last year, and hopefully to follow me again this year. And I really want to focus on the channel. I really, really want to expand it this year. And I said, you know, about makeup tutorials, maybe favourites of the month, maybe some cooking stuff. I don't know. Like, I'm really going to expand this channel this year, because I want people to be interested in my videos. And I know I do a hell of a lot of hauls, and I have done. Last year was a lot of hauls, but I don't think you'll see as many this year, because money is very, very tight, so I don't think you'll see as many hauls this year. But if I can do any reviews on things and stuff like that, I will post them on this video, and do some sort of topics and chatty videos. I will always be in contact with you somehow, even if it's a short catch-up video, just explain what's going on and why I might not be able to upload. I will keep you all in tuned, because I know last year I was really bad at that, but last year was a really shit year, and hopefully this year will get better. So, much love. See you in my next video. Bye.